What's up guys, Stewart here. It's early in the morning, roosters are crowing, and I decided to make this video. So today we're checking out the best assault rifles in Rogue Company. Now when you hear the word assault rifles, you always think about guns that pack a punch, but not all of them do. So today we're gonna be starting off with the worst assault rifle and make our way up to the best assault rifle. And the worst one will have to be the Nightshade, and that's V or Vi's assault rifle. Now this assault rifle does 16 damage, but the good thing about it is that it has a fire rate of 9.9. So it is the fastest fire rate in all the assault rifles right now. It doesn't have much range, but it does have a 35 magazine size. The reload time is 2.3, and that's relatively slow, but it actually makes do. The next thing is that this gun is one of the only guns with a built-in silencer, which makes it pretty unique to not just to Vi, but to assault rifles and guns in general. Because usually most guns would actually get a suppressor when it's at tier 3, so you have to buy a way in to usually get that type of suppression. Next one on the list has to be the one of Saint. It's the MLX Mark IV. And the MLX Mark IV is not really a bad gun. In the right hands it can really do the work, but 20 damage is definitely not enough. 20 damage doesn't really work because of damage fall off. There's always a problem with that 20 damage, where you ended up having to hit someone like a good 8 shots to kill them, and that's usually a problem when you're playing competitive. That's why nobody really uses Saint in a competitive kind of way, because the gun doesn't do a lot of damage when it comes to this assault rifle right there. The fire rate is 7.52, and the handling is actually pretty bad, I would say, because it looks like the higher the number, it's like the worse the handling is. I have no idea. The maximum magazine size is 40, and the reload time is 2.3. The thing is about this gun is that it's a unique gun also, and that's very sad to see that we have to kick this one now to the curve because of the damage, when it's actually one of the most unique guns in the game. There is actually a aim down sight, and the aim down sight is actually annoying because of the way it's laid out. I mean, you could have gotten away with any other sight. Well, not the ACOG sight that the AUG-3 has, because that's annoying also. But it could have just been a dot in the center, and it would be a better sight for the gun. So this gun is just can't cut it right now. I think it needs a little bit of a buff, but we'll see if it actually happens in the future. The third one on the list is the Mamba, and some of you guys think that the Mamba is a DMR, but this is definitely not a DMR. I'm not too sure how Hi-Rez managed to to bamboozle us with that kind of idea. Now that is definitely not a designated marksman rifle. Trust me, the Mamba is an assault rifle. I think it's in the wrong category, by the way. It's in the wrong category, and they need to change it to assault rifles. That's basically a FAMAS. It's just a FAMAS. How did they get away with that? A FAMAS, and they're saying it's a DMR. But anyways, let's get away from this. And the body damage is 15, so definitely not the best gun. Nah, I'm just joking. You actually can do up to 45 damage per burst. So every shot, which is a free shot burst, does 15 damage. So literally you can kill someone in one spray of headshots, and probably a little shot in the toe, and you could basically down that person. Or you could just hit them two bursts, and usually they would die, even though it's 45 damage. Usually you will get a headshot in between, and you can down that person in 2 bursts. The fire rate is actually not too bad, and it doesn't really matter the fire rate because it's a burst rifle, and anything from a burst rifle will always have a decent fire rate. It's 6.9, and the magazine size is 42 at tier 3. The reload time is 2, so it's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. So it comes at third place. Next on the list we have the KA30, and the KA30 does 19 damage, 8.2 fire rate, which is actually very good. The only reason why I didn't choose it is because of the competitive play. 19 damage is not a lot. You don't want to be hitting someone like 6-7 shots at range to be killing them, because usually they would end up in cover, and that's usually the problem that happens most of the time. So the magazine size is 40, and that's pretty good to have at tier 3. If you manage to reach tier 3, 40 magazine size is actually pretty good. So the KA30 is pretty much a good contender for being the best rifle in the game. We'll put it up there as the best, but it's just not at the top. And the number one pick is the HRM-30KS assault rifle, and this one does 24 damage to the body. So the 24 damage is why I actually put it in the top instead of the KA30, because you see, when it comes to competitive play, you need more damage, because there's always those peaks where someone peek and hit them nicely with a headshot, and you can't really rely on having a high fire rate to do the job for you, because you will always be missing that one shot to secure the kill, and this is actually pretty annoying. So the body damage is actually 24, so it means that in, let's say, 5 shots you'd be able to kill a guy, or in 3 shots, headshots, you would be able to down someone pretty easy, and that's why I chose it. The fire rate is not as fast as the KA30 because it has 6.06 fire rate, while the KA30 has 8.2, but it's still a pretty good contender. The next thing is that the magazine size is actually smaller at level 3. It's actually 20, while the KA30 is actually 40. So it's a good contender. It's actually very impressive more I look at it. But I just think that damage is actually a better thing to look forward to. But the KA30 is actually a good contender to the HRM-30KS. But the HRM-30KS is actually what most of the big YouTubers, the headshot kings, I would say, use. So yeah, the KA30 is pretty good, but the HRM is what the big YouTubers would use. The streamers, those guys that love the headshots, and I think that it's a pretty good gun to put at the first place, being the best assault rifle in the game, you know. But we'll see about that if there's any balance changes with any other guns. Now, you guys might be saying, why did I add the Mamba in it? But as I said, it's actually an assault rifle, and it's a FAMAS, so I don't think that you should put it. That's why I didn't put it in the best DMRs in my last video, and I put it inside this one. But 45 damage is pretty good per clip, or per click, I would say. So 45 damage is pretty good, but we can't really rely on burst damage as much. So 24 damage is actually good, and the range is actually not that bad, because the range is actually 27, while the that's for the HRM-30KS, and the KA30 is actually 22. So it has a little something there and there that makes it make up for it. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and stay royal.
First round on me.
And here I thought this was gonna be hard.